and then type in 0105. And so so that makes this the same as this. And I hope you're following this, because yeah, like if you just look at this and see how many bytes, I mean how many rows down he goes, how many rows down, and then just compare it to yours, you'll figure it out. It's like it's just comparing screenshots here. For now, anyway. It gets a little tricky later on. Okay, this is the tricky part. This is the one that I was like, what? When I first read it. But it's not that tricky if you know what you're doing. Okay, if you can figure it out after a while. Okay, so what you need to do is it's talking about this part of the code right here. This one right under the first, like right in this, like the first section in the second row right here of the MDL0 header. It's saying that from the beginning of the jump ahead by the amount of bytes in hex, of course, in purple minus 0c. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that 0x0c, because I guess his hex editor uses a 0x thingy, but mine doesn't use that. It just uses the 0c, like the stuff after the x is what it uses. So you see, if you look at his, he has 130, and he is saying we need to have 130 minus 0c in hex. So we do 130. Okay, use the calculator. Sorry, use the calculator from on Windows. Make sure you have it set to scientific, and click on hex, and then type in 130 minus 0 c. Oh, actually, I think it's just minus c. Yeah. See, like if you just type in 130 minus c, and that equals 124. And see, that's what he got, 124 for his. So we're doing it right. So next, that means for us, what we need to do for our file is it says 4a4. So we type in 4a4 minus c. That equals 498. So that means if I can remember this correctly, hopefully, let's see. That means since it's 498, I think you just do this, 498. Yeah, that's it, because it looks pretty similar to what he has down there, if you can see. That's pretty similar. I mean, it's even got the 48 and the 00003. So right here, so that's basically what you do. All you do for that, for step 6, is you have yourself, let me just go over this again. You have yourself right here, you look at this row, you type in, you open up the calculator for hex, and then you just go, you type in 484, or whatever the heck those 3 last numbers, or whatever is in here, minus the zeros in front of it, whatever's in here in this row, you just put it in here, and then you click minus, and then you push C, and you minus it by C. Then whatever you get, you go to search, and then go to, and then make sure it's set to hex and current offset. And start right here. Make sure your tick thingy is, like your little line, is right here, and then you type in the number you got from the calculator. You click OK, and there it is. You're right at the part where you're supposed to be that he wants you to go to, which is the definitions header. So next, we do what he says, which is blah 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 blah. All we have to do for this part is sorry about that. Is Okay, to insert bytes with this program, you have to push the insert button and then start pushing F. F, F. Wait, actually, hold on. That's not what I didn't do that right, did I? Let's see. Oh, his 48's in a different spot than mine is. Okay, so let me just do that again, just make sure I'm at the right spot. Oh crap, I didn't do that. I didn't do that right at all. Yeah, it's really important you had the tick mark right at the top, right here, or else you will go to the wrong place and you'll change something that doesn't need to be changed and you'll be like, what's going on here? Anyway, so we just push the insert key and then we type in a bunch of F's. And you put 3 sets of F's before it. And so it's like that, 3 sets of F's before it. And then this should make it work in Brawl Box for this part. Save. Brawl Box. And then open the file that you got, that you've hexed. There it is. And there's the stuff. Everything's there. It shows up, and I picked the wrong one, but who cares? It's fine. I don't really mind. That one's pretty good. That's a good costume too. Anyway, I picked the wrong one again, so whatever. That might be a that won't be a problem if okay, never mind. That's this problem here. This isn't gonna be a problem here. You can just because you're gonna put this on a character, so the character's name needs to be there instead. Anyway, so once you have this, what I want you to do next is to make this easier for you. Make this the next steps a lot easier. By the way, you might want to export these textures you have here, because you're going to need to put them back in for the character to have its textures again. So you might want to export these to put it back in to have the character have its textures. So anyway, we export this, export the MDL0 out of there, and we name it like something like that, and then we reopen it to where we just have the MDL0, so that's all we have. So we don't have to worry about looking for the MDL0 header in the hex editor anymore. And then once we do that, look at materials 1. We've got all these different materials here, and basically, okay. Pay attention to this. You see this? It says part 5 offset, and then it says unknown and 6, and unknown 6 has the value that we want in here. But do not just type in what's here and then put it in here. That's not gonna make it work probably. I mean, he tells us to hex it to make it work, to make it appear like that. So I don't think just typing it in will make it work, because that just sounds like too simple and I don't think it'll work. So we're gonna have to make these two things switch around. So in order to do that, we look at the first material. You're gonna have to do a step for every single material, just so you know. So I'm gonna do it for just 2 because I don't want to make this too long. I'll just show you how to, I'll just go through 2 materials, so you how to hex those to get those to work, and then I'll go through 2 polygons. And